Can we take a non-Muslim as our teacher? This is a very important question. That can we as Muslims take a non-Muslim as our teacher? I would like to divide the answer into two parts. Can we take a teacher who is a non-Muslim to teach the worldly knowledge and to teach the knowledge of the deen? First, we'll discuss about taking a non-Muslim teacher for worldly knowledge, not relating to Islam. As far as taking a teacher for the worldly knowledge, which is not concerning the Islamic knowledge, I personally feel that as long as you are a child or in the pre-primary level or the primary level, it is preferable that all your teachers are Muslim. Because in a pre-primary level and a primary level, for the student, when he is very young, the teacher is number two, after Allah is teacher. But teacher is always right. So maybe while the teacher is teaching English or mathematics or science, the small Muslim child or the young Muslim child of the age of 4, 5, 6, 7 starts revering the teacher and giving so much respect, which many a time may be going against your deen. While teaching the subject, she may do things which are against the teaching of Islam, and you may start imitating that. Like a teacher may say, "Oh Jesus," how we say, "Ya Allah." Some say, "Oh God," some say, "Oh Jesus." So the child starts imitating the teacher. The teacher starts, if the teacher is wearing obscene clothes, the student thinks wearing obscene clothes is right. So I personally feel that for a Muslim child, when he is young, in the pre-primary level or the primary level, even to the secondary level, preferably till school level, it is preferable that they should have Muslim teachers. I am personally against Muslim children being taught by non-Muslim teachers any subject, whether Islamic subject or non-Islamic subject. Many will not agree with me, but I'm very careful. I cannot risk my children and put them in the hands of non-Muslim teachers, and they may get values which are wrong, may get impressed, may learn things which are against the Sharia. I am very particular. Most of the Muslims may not mind, but I disagree with it all. And I can give you so many examples. When I go to Islamic school in the Western countries, they have non-Muslim teachers teaching mathematics in standard 1, standard 2. I'm saying, "What are you doing?" He said, "No problem, she's teaching mathematics." She's teaching mathematics, but many a times she is imparting her religious knowledge. And many things she says. She may tell the children about Christmas, as though somebody is monitoring her. And it's very common. I totally disagree that as far as children are concerned, in the pre-primary and primary level, even in the secondary level, there should not be any non-Muslim teacher for any subject. On a higher level, in college or university, no problem. Preferably Muslim, but having a non-Muslim teacher, no problem, because speciality is more important. If you have a non-Muslim teacher who's much better, for example, you're specializing in medicine or in engineering or in architecture, and if you have a non-Muslim teacher who's a doctor, because after you pass school, you have become matured. You may be 16 years, 17 years, 18 years. That time the teacher is not next to God. In the pre-primary level, whatever the teacher says is right. Even if your father is more qualified, is a medical doctor, if the teacher makes a mistake, the teacher is always right. Unfortunately, this is how we are brought. So that's the reason in school, it's preferable teacher should be Muslim. In colleges, universities, for worldly knowledge, if you have non-Muslim teachers, no problem, it is permitted because the Muslim is matured now. This is the first part of the question. The second part of the question, that can we have non-Muslim teachers for Islamic knowledge? And you will wonder that why Dr. Zakir Naik, do non-Muslim teachers teach Islamic knowledge? Yes, they do. In the school level, rarely. Rarely you may find a non-Muslim teacher teaching Islamic subjects. in school level, but yet you will find. In some schools, yes, there are, but rarely. But it's common that when you go to university, especially when you are doing a graduation or post-graduation or PhD especially, you have non-Muslim teachers teaching Islamic subjects. And this is again, according to me, not permitted. Many will not agree with me. They may differ with me. I have a discussion with many of the dais, many students of knowledge. And many in the Western country, I wouldn't like to name them, just generally I'm talking, many people living in the Western countries, they think that on a higher level when you're doing your master's or post-graduation, having a non-Muslim as your guide for your Islamic thesis is no problem, which I disagree. I have not done my PhD, but alhamdulillah, I have a lot of experience. And I've met many PhD guides who are non-Muslims. I personally disagree that for Islamic knowledge, only Muslims should teach. At a primary level, 100% must, even at the higher level, whether it be bachelor's, whether it be master's, whether it be PhD. Normally, when you go to the Western countries, maybe in universities of UK and USA, the university is very great. They give you an option that you can take Islamic subjects, but your guide is a non-Muslim. And many times they come and tell me, you know, it's very good to have non-Muslim. I said, why? Because when you meet with the non-Muslim guide, you understand how the non-Muslim think, so you can do better dawah. I disagree with it. Normally, when you have a non-Muslim guide, there are high chances that even with your Islamic knowledge, you can get deviated. Or finally, he's your teacher. And I have got so many examples, I cannot name them. They have passed from Medina University. Very good scholars, very knowledgeable, did the bachelor's, some of them the master's, but they did the PhD under non-Muslim guides. And then you find the deviation starting. Because they are more interested in trying to prove logically, and if they don't have that logical acumen, if they cannot prove logically, they start changing the system of Islam. There are many du'ats in the Western countries who have done the PhD under non-Muslim guides, and you can find the change. I'm not telling you 100%. Everyone that does PhD under a non-Muslim guide does not deviate, but many have. They may yet be Muslim, but the way what they believed earlier, the staunchness that they had, many a time you'll find that the beard becoming short, many a time the trousers were above the ankle and they started going below the ankle because they want to impress the Western world more than impress Allah and His Rasul. So I personally disagree that a non-Muslim teacher cannot teach the deen, whether at a lower level or whether at a higher level. Even at the higher level, he's your guide. How can he guide you, tell me? If you have a person who is a Muslim, who is specialized in that field, will he be a better guide or a non-Muslim who may have some knowledge? Or even if he has knowledge of the deen, he's not a practicing Muslim. Muslim can be a better guide for you than a non-practicing Muslim, than non-practicing non-Muslim. So I personally feel that for Islamic knowledge has to be a Muslim at the lower level, at the middle, even at the higher level. I know there are many good dais who have got non-Muslim, who have taken PhD, but I totally disagree. I know they will disagree with me. It's a difference of opinion. This is my opinion. Always better be safe than sorry. We cannot risk our akhirah. There are so many Muslims who can be guide for doing PhD. Why go to a non-Muslim? As far as learning logic is concerned, alhamdulillah, Allah can help you. And you can see, mashallah, my speciality is speaking with non-Muslims. Do I have a non-Muslim guide? No. Have I done PhD? No. I have not done anything. It's Allah's help. I have many teachers, but on normal level, I have not gone to any madrasa, I have not gone to an Islamic university, I have not done my bachelor's, I have not done my master's, I have not done PhD. Yes, I have got an honorary PhD, but that is different. I have an honorary PhD, but not a formal education. But Allah's help is there. Alhamdulillah. I am a medical doctor. Now, by profession, by training, it is Allah's help. It is Allah who gives you knowledge. Haza min fadli Rabbi. And the amount I interact with non-Muslim, and Allah has given hidayah to many, alhamdulillah. So to say that a non-Muslim guide will be better for you to dawah, I disagree with it totally. Many a times you get influenced by the wrong logic and you start deviating from your deen. So I feel a non-Muslim can never be your teacher for teaching you deen. Never. At a lower level, middle level, higher level. As far as teaching worldly knowledge at a lower level, I wouldn't say it's haram. It is preferable that send your Muslim children only to Muslim teachers in the school. Not haram, but preferable. On the middle level, higher level, school, colleges, university, no problem, because by that time your child may have learned the basic. This is a very important question, and we should be very careful as far as while educating your children, because if something goes wrong with them, you will be responsible, and it is your duty as parents to see to it that you give them the best education in this world as well as, so that they benefit in this world as well as in Akhirah.